Every click online leaves a digital footprint. And right now, internet service providers, massive advertisers, and tracking algorithms are building a profile based on your exact location. Most people think turning on incognito mode hides their identity, but that only erases history on the local machine, while leaving data wide open to network snoops. True online privacy requires a virtual private network. Yet opening a separate application every single time you want to look something up becomes an annoying chore. Integrating that protection directly into the window where you view the web solves the issue effortlessly. The following options will completely change how you protect your identity while browsing. Finding a way to hide your geographic location usually involves opening your wallet or dealing with aggressive data caps. Opera Browser completely flipped that expectation by building a fully functional virtual private network directly into the sidebar without demanding a single cent or a user registration. Turning it on takes exactly 2 clicks, and it immediately starts masking your IP address behind an encrypted wall of servers. This option earned the top spot on the list because it achieves an incredible balance between daily usability and identity defense. The built-in protection does not restrict data consumption, meaning streaming high-definition content or downloading large files will never trigger an annoying warning about running out of data. Furthermore, using a Chromium-based framework allows it to load complex web structures at lightning speeds, while giving full access to a massive library of extensions. Looking deeper into the capabilities, the architecture provides a choice between optimal locations or specific geographic regions, like Europe, the Americas, and Asia. This flexibility allows for easy bypassing of workplace network restrictions and regional content blocks. The connection utilizes advanced AES 256 encryption, meaning your internet service provider will only see completely scrambled data instead of your actual search queries. It also includes an integrated ad blocker and tracker shield that stops scripts from executing the moment a page loads, making the entire web experience feel significantly snappier. People who travel frequently, jump between public coffee shop networks, and hate the idea of paying monthly subscription fees will find exactly what they need here. It delivers smooth, uninterrupted web use without requiring any advanced networking knowledge. The next browser on the list takes privacy a step further by decoupling your online footprint from big tech infrastructure entirely. The frustration of watching video streaming platforms buffer because a network proxy is choking your bandwidth can ruin an evening. Brave Browser handles this beautifully by pairing a heavy-duty, system-wide protection network with an optimized engine that actually speeds up page loading. Instead of routing traffic through slow, congested public nodes, the infrastructure relies on optimized, high-speed servers capable of handling intense data streams. What sets this option apart from the competition is the uncompromising stance on data minimalization and raw performance. The core philosophy centers on blocking everything harmful by default, meaning scripts, tracking cookies, and fingerprinting attempts are stopped dead in their tracks before the virtual private network even handles the traffic. This pre-filtering process reduces the total data load on the connection, which translates directly to faster load times and lower battery consumption on mobile laptops. The feature set includes an advanced network tunnel that uses the modern WireGuard protocol, which is widely recognized as the gold standard for speed and stability in the networking world. Activating the premium protection shields the entire computer, extending security far beyond the browser window to protect background updates, chat clients, and system downloads. It also blocks malicious scripts that attempt to use your computer hardware for cryptocurrency mining, keeping your processor running cool and quiet. Power users who demand top-tier connection speeds, regional spoofing capabilities, and absolute protection against aggressive cross-site tracking will feel right at home. The financial commitment required for the full system-wide protection is easily justified by the sheer speed and peace of mind it provides. Switching focus slightly, the next entry approaches data security from an entirely open-source perspective that puts total control back into your hands. Commercial companies running network proxies always carry a tiny shadow of doubt regarding what happens to your data behind closed doors. Mozilla Firefox eliminates that skepticism through a completely open-source codebase that allows developers worldwide to inspect every single line of code for vulnerabilities. The integrated protection network operates on a foundation of absolute transparency, backed by a nonprofit organization dedicated to keeping the internet an open and safe resource. The primary reason this classic choice demands a spot on the list is the trust factor and the granular control it offers over your digital environment. Unlike alternatives that rely heavily on the Chromium engine, controlled largely by advertising conglomerates, this independent platform uses its own rendering technology. This means it remains completely unaffected by industry changes that restrict how extensions block tracking scripts and unwanted elements. The Companion Network service provides over 500 servers spread across more than 30 countries, delivering exceptional regional flexibility. The system uses advanced multi-hop routing, which passes your encrypted traffic through multiple secure nodes before it reaches the final website, making it virtually impossible for anyone to trace the request back to your origin. It also incorporates a sophisticated system called Total Cookie Protection, which confines cookies to the exact website where they were created, stopping data brokers from building a hidden history of your online movements. Privacy purists, open-source advocates, and people who refuse to let corporate advertising networks dictate how their data is handled will find a perfect match here. The nonprofit structure guarantees that your personal information is never treated as a commodity to be sold to the highest bidder. If you want something tailored specifically to gaming performance rather than pure document editing, the next variant provides an incredibly unique spin on security. Most traditional web navigators force a rigid layout that leaves zero room for personal preference, making you adapt to their design rather than the other way around. The Vivaldi browser shatters that mold by offering an unparalleled level of visual and functional customization alongside a robust proxy system. The interface can be twisted, rearranged, and modified to fit any workflow imaginable, all while keeping your actual location hidden from the servers you visit. The defining characteristic of this option is the sheer depth of productivity tools baked directly into the code without requiring external add-ons. It allows you to split the viewing screen to look at multiple web pages simultaneously, which works flawlessly while the underlying proxy system keeps your connection encrypted. This means an analyst can monitor international data feeds side by side while completely masking their corporate IP address. The feature architecture relies on a smart proxy framework that routing web traffic through secure encrypted relays to hide your digital origin. It pairs this location masking with an incredibly advanced tab management system that allows you to stack tabs, hibernate background pages to save system memory, and assign custom hotkeys to almost any action. The built-in privacy shield provides detailed statistics on exactly how many trackers and advertisements have been blocked during your session, giving clear visibility into how hard the engine is working to protect you. Research professionals, remote workers managing multiple digital identities, and tech enthusiasts who love optimizing their layout down to the pixel will love this configuration. It turns your web browser into an advanced command center without sacrificing a single shred of security. The next entry on the list takes a different approach by focusing heavily on a demographic that traditional tech often ignores. Leaving a standard browser running in the background during an intense gaming session or a heavy video rendering task can cause sudden, irritating frame drops. Opera GX prevents this hardware bottleneck by introducing specialized resource limiters directly into a highly secure, proxy-protected environment. The system ensures that your network connection remains entirely private without letting background tabs drain your system memory or processing power. The inclusion of this specific variant is justified by the unique way it handles system hardware allocation. It features a dedicated control panel that allows users to cap the exact percentage of network bandwidth, random access memory, and processor utilization the application is allowed to touch. This means the built-in virtual private network can run continuously to secure chats and downloads without ever impacting the performance of a separate game or rendering application running alongside it. The operational features deliver a seamless, free network proxy that requires no subscription and offers unlimited bandwidth across multiple regional hubs. The interface features a highly stylized design with integrated sidebar widgets for instant communication platforms, allowing you to monitor chat channels securely while encrypted. It also includes an automatic hot tab killer that identifies and shuts down background pages consuming an unusual amount of system resources, ensuring your computer always prioritizes what matters most in the moment. Gamers, streamers, and creative professionals who need an identity shield that respects their hardware limitations will find this setup incredibly valuable. It proves that maintaining robust digital privacy does not require sacrificing system responsiveness or frame rates. Moving away from performance optimization, the next entry shifts the focus toward total, uncompromising data erasure. Closing a standard web window usually leaves behind a massive digital trail of cache files, history logs, and tracking tokens buried deep inside your operating system. Epic Privacy Browser solves this vulnerabilities by acting as a digital cleanroom that completely obliterates every shred of session data the exact millisecond you close the application. The system operates in a perpetual state of private exploration, backed by an encrypted proxy that keeps your physical location entirely hidden. The reason this browser secures a definitive position on the list is its zero-retention architecture. It completely removes standard convenience features that compromise security, such as automatic URL suggestions, password-saving syncing, and web caches. By stripping away these common vectors of data leakage, the engine ensures that even if someone gains physical access to your computer, they will find absolutely no record of your online activities. The technology utilizes a built-in encrypted proxy network consisting of numerous servers located in multiple countries across the globe. Activating the proxy encrypts all data transmissions and replaces your real identifier with a completely generic destination address, effectively blocking geographic tracking and price discrimination on travel sites. The core engine also contains hard-coded protections against advanced tracking techniques like audio fingerprinting and canvas tracking, which corporate networks use to identify computers based on their unique hardware signatures. Individuals handling highly sensitive financial data, investigative researchers, and anyone who wants an absolute guarantee that their browsing history cannot be recovered will benefit enormously from this system. It trades mainstream convenience features for unyielding, fortress-like protection. The next option is famous worldwide for providing the ultimate level of decentralized anonymity. When standard encrypted proxies fail because the central server provider faces a government subpoena or a massive data breach, a decentralized architecture becomes necessary. Tor browser achieves total anonymity by abandoning the traditional concept of a single proxy company entirely, instead routing your data through a global volunteer network. The connection is wrapped in multiple layers of encryption that are peeled away like the layers of an onion as your request moves through the system. This legendary option made the list because it represents the absolute peak of network anonymity available on the modern internet. It does not rely on corporate trust because no single node in the entire network ever knows both the original source of the request and the final destination. This separation of information ensures that even if an adversary monitors an entry point, they have no way of knowing what website you are ultimately visiting. The core mechanics routing your traffic through three distinct random relays, known as the entry, middle, and exit nodes. Every single step of this journey uses an independent layer of encryption, making intercepting the data stream practically useless to hackers or government surveillance programs. The system also forces a uniform window size and configuration for every user on Earth, meaning your computer looks completely identical to millions of others, making individual tracking impossible. Human rights activists, journalists working under heavy censorship, and anyone facing extreme surveillance conditions rely heavily on this network. The significant drop in raw browsing speed caused by the complex routing process is a small price to pay for unmatched military-grade anonymity. The next choice brings this focus on privacy down to a highly streamlined mobile environment. Most mobile web experiences are a nightmare of data harvesting, with applications constantly pinging location services and sharing device identifiers with advertising networks. Aloha browser counters this mobile privacy crisis by shrinking an enterprise-grade virtual private network into a clean, lightning-fast smartphone interface. It ensures that your mobile data connection remains completely shielded, whether you are connected to an unverified airport network or a cellular tower. The justification for including this option centers entirely on its brilliant adaptation to the unique challenges of mobile computing. The operating system handles media files and downloads with a level of security that traditional mobile applications simply cannot replicate. It features a private media player and a hidden data vault that keeps downloaded files encrypted behind a biometric lock, ensuring your personal documents remain secure even if your phone is unlocked. The technical capabilities include a full-scale virtual private network that offers over 80 distinct server locations around the globe, allowing for instant country switching on the fly. The data connection uses optimized compression algorithms that reduce total bandwidth consumption, which is incredibly useful for maintaining fast speeds on limited mobile data plans. The architecture also blocks background location tracking and prevents applications from reading your clipboard data without explicit permission. Frequent travelers, commuters who rely heavily on public transit wireless connections, and mobile power users who need to download files securely on the go will find this incredibly useful. It transforms a standard smartphone into a highly secure terminal for personal research. The final entry on our list uses a clever double-engine system to provide a unique blend of security and compatibility. The core problem with highly secure systems is that aggressive script blocking often breaks mainstream websites, forcing you to constantly toggle settings just to read an article. UR Browser addresses this annoyance by introducing an adaptive three-tiered privacy system that changes its defense level based on the specific website you are visiting. It allows you to cruise through trusted platforms with minimal interference, while automatically raising a wall of encryption the moment you enter shady digital territory. The final entry earned its place because it accommodates the reality of a modern web that frequently breaks under strict security protocols. It categorizes defense settings into low, medium, and high profiles, giving you immediate control over how much data you want to share with a specific domain. The system manages to deliver this high-level flexibility without ever requiring you to dig into confusing advanced configuration menus. The integrated features include a built-in virtual private network that instantly masks your location details with a single click from the main toolbar. It pairs this masking with a unique double-engine architecture that optimizes performance based on the type of content being loaded, ensuring that video streams and interactive web tools load without error. The system also contains an integrated scanner that checks downloaded files for malicious code before they touch your local drive, preventing drive-by infections from harming your operating system. Everyday web users who want robust protection without the constant headache of broken pages and broken video players will find this balance perfect. It offers a smooth path to identity protection that fits seamlessly into a busy daily routine. Taking control of your digital identity does not require a degree in computer engineering or a collection of expensive monthly subscriptions. The options discovered today prove that an effective shield can live directly inside the window you use to view the internet every single day. Choosing the right one simply comes down to identifying your specific needs, whether that means prioritizing raw speed, extreme customization, or total data destruction upon exit. Take a moment to think about how much data your current system is leaking and make the switch to a more secure alternative today. Leave a comment below explaining which option fits your workflow best. Hit that like button if this breakdown helped clear up the confusion, and subscribe to keep your digital setup ahead of the curve. True privacy is a conscious choice, so choose wisely and stay secure out there.